The eyes of the world are everywhere except Orlando. Oh no, I forgot people plan these things in advance. It seems like Disney World might be having the slowest 3 weeks of 2025 here right after summer in what I was hearing was the new on season. Let's talk about that on That Park Place. Hello, I am Jonas J. Campbell, an investigative reporter for That Park Place, and here with me are my brothers in arms, Mr. Vashguy and WDW Pro.
Why,
Hello,
yes,
brothers.
I
How
do
are
have
your
arms.
And boy, are my arms tired.
Exactly. Hey, today I got a story I want to show you guys. This one from Disney Tourist Blog and Tom Bricker, excellent writer over there on that said tourist blog. The slowest 3 weeks at Disney World in 2025. Bricker does great work over there at Disney Tourist Blog. Walt Disney World is now over 1 month into the off season. Although I'm pushing back slightly here right at the start because it's the off season, but is it really the off season, Pro?
I can't keep track anymore. On season, off season. It's like Michael Scott from The Office talking about the snip, unsnip, snip, unsnip. It's driving us all crazy because guess what? There's no zip at the parks. They took out the zip, the D, the do, the da, and people said, "No, I don't want that anymore." So yeah, I can't keep track of when is the peak and when is a week kind of week because every week looks pretty weak to me.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing too. I mean, we might be in the off season, but are we 1 month into the off season? Sure.
August was empty the whole month. The last half of July was empty. The 4th of July was empty. When is it going to stop? You know, I'm a half full kind of guy. I like to be happy. Happity doo dah. That's me. But Disney, listen, the problem for them is the things they're doing to fix this are breaking the parks even more because they are so unmoored from what people want. They don't understand Walt. They don't, they put that ugly zombie, robot over in Disneyland. They're draining the rivers of America and Disney World. Listen, this is a company that has lost its way in understanding what it is that people are going to their biggest asset for. Disney World is the biggest, brightest, most important asset that Disney has. It dwarfs everything else in terms of revenue. Disney doesn't know what to do with it. I'm starting to think that Disney understands the Muppets better than they understand Walt Disney World and Magic Kingdom.
And I pity the part of the audience who does not understand.
All right, Mr. T.
Said right there. To finish the sentence here, crowds have dropped to their lowest level of 2025, and as has been hinted at already in this video by Pro, Labor Day was nearly empty. July 4th had almost no one in it. I was sent a video by one of our moderators, and it was of their time at the parks in 2018 and 2019, shoulder to shoulder in the park. And we're not seeing a lot of that anymore. This wait times report covers data for Magic Kingdom, Epcot, Hollywood Studios, and Animal Kingdom. It also covers how our predictions performed, forward-looking forecast for fall 2025, and why this weekend was probably a turning point. I'd love to hear why it's a turning point. To recap, Walt Disney World has not been busy for the last few months. It is a slow summer at Orlando's theme parks. I'm sorry, Orlando's theme parks? That would include Epic Universe then, which we'll have another video on that soon for reasons discussed on why summer is the new low crowd season at Disney World. Tom, I'm asking you here, which one is the low crowd season? Because we have just entered into a new season here in September. I'm confused, and I think if you guys go read the article, you'll understand his talking points here. That also discusses why this shouldn't be a huge shock, as this was the trend first observed in 2016 to 2018. It's just become more pronounced in the last 2 years. What happened in 2016 to 2018 on the management level of these parks, Vash?
Management levels of these parks. I do apologize.
Yes. Someone was in charge of the parks in 2016 to 2018, and after that came in. I believe that was
Bob Chapek.
I'm sorry, you mispronounced paycheck. Paycheck.
Ah.
Yeah. Everybody says we don't give Bob Chapek a hard time. I think the company absolutely approved of everything that Bob Chapek was doing. So go ahead, explain the shift of Disney under Bob Chapek at the parks specifically.
Yeah, there definitely was a profound shift, and I think that the shift was okay. We're going to go ahead and lean into luxury experiences, extra cost add-ons, and so forth. And I think that really ramped up when he became eventually CEO, and Josh Giamaro took over. Then you got this huge explosion of these extra cost options. You got breakouts of different things that were previously included or for lower prices. Now they're very much high-priced options. You had a lot of perks and value options stripped away, unfortunately, and the company really did lean in to a large extent. Generating all kinds of revenue from the parks division in a way that they simply hadn't pursued before, that they refused to pursue even just decades earlier. So, like the Lightning Lane and so forth, these are all kind of new phenomenon, unfortunately, and that might lead to you to, I don't know, people opting for other options outside of Disney this summer.
Right. So to continue here, and we're not going to read every single word of this article, I assure you, audience here, but we're wanting to provide necessary context for people who don't understand what happened here.
No, folks, we're going to go beyond. We're not just going to read every word. As Jonas said, we're also going to pronounce the pronunciation marks. We'll say periods. We'll say commas. We don't leave a thing out here on That Park Place.
Yes, that's right. August and September have been even italicized less busy than May through July. Neither surprising nor unexpected. He's calling it a shoulder season here. The problem that I see here. Oh, look at that. The Mad Tea Party. It's open for business right there. No one is on it. There's one of those classic touring plans charts here. The thing that I'm seeing from this article right now is that Disney is about to hit its lowest season after a long period of low seasons. We were already thinking they were at the bottom. We've covered it on this channel. We've covered it on the WDW Pro channel. Crowd levels, according to another website, we're at a 1, and that's not.
Well, we got to add something here too.
Yes.
So we often say that this chart we're looking at correlates to crowd size. And that's true. However, right now, Animal Kingdom has like 6 attractions. The natural system, and because then Animal Kingdom gets counted equally with the other 3 parks, the natural mathematical result then, the reality, is that you don't have to have nearly the crowd size to generate the same kinds of wait times. Yet, the wait times continue to drop.
Right.
And that's like a double whammy. Because not only are there far less rides at the theme parks with Disney right now versus the prior years, but the wait times are going down. So this is a double dose of where is everybody? And the answer is somewhere else. They got word of what they've been doing. It's the wild and wacky world of, hey, how much money can we strip from you out of the House of Mouse? People don't want to go through that. They've heard about it since 2001, and they've said, sorry, I'll go do other things. Hey, have you heard about this thing? What's that, Joe? It's called the beach. You should try it.
We should go back
to
a lot
of people. It looks like a lot of people have been trying out the beach in all these national parks and so forth. We've heard for months now that people, while maybe they're spending less on their vacations and opting for other experiences, that doesn't mean that they're not traveling. It doesn't mean that they're not going to tourist destinations. They're just not going to Disney.
Right. Well, I would also say that, of course, Epic Universe was additive to Universal's bottom line at this point. There appears to be no cannibalization of the existing parks. Those parks were Islands of Adventure and Universal Studios Florida. I think I've landed on that name for the park. Those were down and have continued to stay stable in the area. While Epic Universe is on track to hit 10 million new visitors 10 million visitors every year, and it is new that is happening. I don't want to say it's an additional 10 million every year here. So Epic Universe firing on all cylinders while the overall market in Orlando is down. Yes, the beach is fantastic, but these regional parks are suffering a little bit to the point where more than a little bit. Six Flags, for instance, is so down in the dumps right now, and they are seeing an uptick recently, but that was due to an almost bottom of the barrel discount that they are. Sorry, let me just tell you what the discount is. I think it's if you buy a ticket, it can go towards an annual pass, and that annual pass can be good for the remaining year and also next year, and also you can get into any Six Flags park until the end of next year
with free parking.
And that, well, except at Knott's Berry Farm, of course, Vash, you got to add that provisor in there, or we'll get raked over the coals in the comments. That is the level at which Six Flags is going to right now to try to get people into the park. Now, a soda might end up costing like $8. I don't know what the prices are there, but usually if you're getting a discount on a ticket, they're trying to make up for it elsewhere. This is the situation across theme parks across the board right now is they're struggling to get people in. Epic seems to be immune to that. It's a new theme park. It's the hot thing. It looks fantastic. I hope that I get to go sometime in the near future. But Disney right now doesn't have anything to bring people in. That Walt animatronic that Pro referenced, they're going to be putting that into Carousel of Progress. I hope that they actually repair the rest of that attraction when they put Walt into the opening sequence there, because that thing desperately needs some love. But I don't think that's the kind of thing that people are going to go, oh, the Walt animatronic is in, we need to go spend $3,000 getting people into this park. I don't think that's how that's going to work. So,
well, it didn't even get people into Disneyland because Disneyland's empty right now. So I don't know why anybody would launch an entire vacation for the Walt Disney animatronic when it makes its debut in Carousel of Progress if people who have passes who can visit frequently at Disneyland Resort aren't doing that currently, as the Walt Disney animatronic that is currently exists at Disneyland.
So there,
I got an idea.
Prices, Jonas, or do something that gets them in the room. Go ahead, bro.
You were talking about all these theme parks that are struggling, and Disney and Disneyland and all that. I got that. And I got to thinking to myself, what could they do? Because clearly broken down Mike Lindell posing as Walt Disney robots don't work. I don't know why it doesn't work. Everything in the Imagineering playbook said this was going to be a doozy, a dandy. But it's not working out that way. And, listen, I thought when they took all the water out of Frontierland and decided they're going to replace it with a fake ATV system, I thought, boy, that's going to be everybody's going to love that. Or like when they took out the bears, and said, hey, we're going to put back some modern country bears in there. They're not going to sing classic songs. They're going to sing classic Disney songs with a country twang, but not zippity doo dah. I can't do that. As they've done all this stuff, including draining Splash Mountain, every step of the way, guys, that I've sat here and said to myself, this is going to work. This is amazing. Yeah, double the food prices. That's a great idea. And all I can come up with now, guys, is Dollywood cinnamon bread on every corner, in every single space, in all of these theme parks, whether you're Six Flags or Disneyland or Knott's Berry Farm, heck, even Hershey Park. Drop the chocolate for a minute and let's go with cinnamon. Cinnamon bread from Dollywood, from sea to shining sea. It's the only thing I think can save our divided nation and the theme park industry.
I think that you may be onto something here, but the problem is if Disney does it, they'll attach some random IP to it. They'll put a little Mickey Mouse insignia and they'll charge an extra $10 per bite on it. That's a little bit of hyperbole on the price, but not so much.
That's the Disney way.
It is. When it comes down to it, they'll add some drizzle in a funny way and try to make it seem artisanal or something.
But wait a minute, Jonas.
Ridiculous like that.
Wait a minute. What if we hired a bunch of Gen Z and Gen Z wannabe influencers to come down there and taste it and take pictures with it with a big smile on their face, and we'll drop them off at a booze locale to really get the smiles flowing? What do you think?
No, I'll do you one better here. Cracker Barrel biscuits on every corner.
From sea to shining sea.
All right. With that being said, we want to throw this to our audience and ask you, what do you think is the solution here for Disney? Is it another bigger castle? Is it returning the castle? Just like Cracker Barrel reversing their decisions on the redesign, Disney is returning to the original design on the castle, getting rid of that pink, going back to classic gray and silver and so many shades of white you've never even heard of all the adjectives they're going to use to describe the different whites. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Hit that like button. And if you haven't done it yet, please consider subscribing to That Park Place for all the news that should be fun.
Thanks for watching That Park Place News. For more information, consider checking out www.thatparkplace.com. And don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and send this out on your favorite social media accounts.